The BubbleBuds Rainbow Adventure. Written and narrated by Diana Malerba. Illustrated by Joseph Grevelli. Not once, but twice upon a time, there was a place called Cloudland. One side was bright and cheery, and the other side was dark and dreary. One day, a magical sun shower came to the bright side, and it only rained over one cliff. The cliff turned into a sparkling waterfall, and a brilliant rainbow appeared. A swirling breeze made the last two magical raindrops spin around the waterfall, and out splashed the grandest surprise of them all, Bubbly and Bubble-La. They are the BubbleBuds. Whee! Look at me, Bubble-La. I can see right through you, Bubbly. You look like a rainbow bubble. The BubbleBuds laughed and giggled, playing on their rainbow. They named their new home Bubbleland. Let's race to the sky, said Bubbly. Okay, Bubble-La. Last one up is a dirty soap bubble. The BubbleBuds were surprised when Speck, the smallest cloud in Brightside, blew Bubbly in circles. Hi, I'm Speck. I may be small, but I can blow a pretty good breeze. I'll say you can, laughed Bubbly. You spun me dizzy. My name is Bubbly, and this is Bubble-La. They instantly became friends and played together all day. On the dark side of Cloudland lived mighty Nimbus, a huge gray rain cloud. His land was always rainy, with no flowers, no sunshine, and especially no fun. That day, a swirling breeze blew bubbles from the BubbleBuds waterfall over to the dark side. One bubble floated up to mighty Nimbus, and it landed right on his nose and popped. Mighty Nimbus roared, "Bubbles? What? Bubbles? Where? Why? And who? How did they get here and tickle me too?" He was very, very angry. Mighty Nimbus knew bubbles meant fun. He had to disguise himself and stop the bubbles. He took in a big breath of air and held it in. This squeezed all the rain out of him, turning him white. Then Mighty Nimbus took in a second big breath of air and blew it all out to make himself small. Dewey is a small rain cloud in Darkside. He is so small that one sneeze would use up all his raindrops for the week. Well, I want to find the bubbles so I can get tickled too. To stay disguised, Mighty Nimbus and Dewey must not talk, not even a peep, or they will turn back into gray rain clouds. Off they went, sneaking into Brightside to find the bubbles. Speck got refluffed by his Mama and Papa Cloud after playing all day. To loosen up, he spun in circles and bumped into Mighty Nimbus and Dewey. "Hey, I never met you two here before. My name is Speck, but you're both as small as me. What are your names?" They didn't answer Speck. They kept looking for the bubbles. Speck kept chatting and pointed down. "I was playing on that new rainbow all day. It belongs to my new friends, the BubbleBuds," he said proudly. The BubbleBuds? Mighty Nimbus thought this new rainbow must have brought the bubbles. Opening his mouth, he gave a loud roar and turned back into a huge, dark rain cloud. His strong winds pushed Speck far away. With a bolt of lightning, Mighty Nimbus hit the Bubbleland rainbow. He reached down and pulled the red glow right off the rainbow's arch. The rest of the rainbow fell apart. He took the red rainbow rod back to the dark side as his trophy, and Dewey followed behind. After the storm, Bubbly and Bubble-Ah couldn't find Bubbleland. Their rainbow and waterfall were gone. Speck spotted the BubbleBuds and gasped. Mighty Nimbus made the storm. He must have blown Bubbleland away. Bubble-Ah said, Bubbleland is very special to us. We must find a way to get Bubbleland back. Moments later, Bubble-Ah saw a blue glowing light. Bubble-Lee, I see the blue from our rainbow. Bubble-Lee picked up the blue glowing rod. Let's put it in a safe place and look for the other 5 rainbow colors. The BubbleBuds and Speck started looking for the red, orange, yellow, green, and purple rainbow rods. Speck saw a green gleam at the top of the cliff. I see it! I see it! I found the green rainbow rod, shouted Speck. Only 4 more colors to find. With a splash, Miss Fish popped out of the water and asked, Excuse me, Bubbleheads, do you know who owns 2 glowing French fries? They're in my shell garden. Bubbly and Bubble-Ah swam under the water with Miss Fish. They weren't French fries at all. They were the orange and yellow rainbow rods. The BubbleBuds thanked Miss Fish and took them out of her shell garden. 2 colors to go, said Bubble-Ah. Then Bubbly pointed, and there is the purple, as he zoomed towards the top of a tree. They put the colorful rainbow rods next to each other, and magically the colors started moving together with one another. First, the purple clung to the blue. Then the blue stuck to the green. Next, the green sprang to the yellow. And last, the yellow touched the orange. All that was missing was the red. They searched high and low, but didn't find the red glowing rod. That's when Speck said, Mighty Nimbus must have taken it. The rainbow won't come back without the red rod. Speck's Mama and Papa Cloud wanted to help. They wanted to hear the BubbleBuds laugh again and watch bubbles float up to the sky. They came up with a plan. Back on the rainy dark side, Mighty Nimbus saw more bubbles on his land. He roared, How did these bubbles get here again? This time I'll get Speck and his BubbleBud friends. Dewey spoke up. If I may, Mighty Nimbus, it's to my surprise too. But let's pop these small bubbles. There are only a few. Dewey's suggestion didn't help. Mighty Nimbus changed into the small white cloud again. Holding the red rainbow rod, he pointed to Dewey to lead the way. Dewey turned white, and off they went, back to Brightside. Mama and Papa Cloud's plan was working. They gathered the extra bubbles floating over Brightside and blew them over to Mighty Nimbus. When Mighty Nimbus got to Brightside, Bubble-Lee spotted him. He thought it was Speck. Bubble-Lee and Bubble-Ah raced towards Mighty Nimbus, shouting, Speck, Speck, you found the red rainbow rod. Speck looked up and yelled, No, that's not me. That's Mighty Nimbus. Mama and Papa Cloud and the rest of the bright side clouds surrounded Mighty Nimbus so he couldn't turn back into a big rain cloud. The bright side clouds squeezed Mighty Nimbus into his last raindrop, and he fell to the ground. Mighty Nimbus was gone. Looking up, Bubble-La pointed, "Look! The red rainbow rod is falling from the sky!" Bubbly, Bubble-La, and Speck rushed to catch the red rainbow rod. Seeing it was losing its glow, they hurried back. Bubbly placed the red down next to the other rainbow rods. But it was too late. The red glow was gone. The BubbleBuds did not have their rainbow back, but were glad to know they had good friends. "Thank you, Cloud friends, for being so helpful in trying to get Bubbleland back," Bubble-La said. Looking up, a light mist of rain came down from a beautiful fluffy cloud. It was the magical sun shower. The raindrops made the red rainbow rod regain its glow. It magically moved next to the orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple rainbow rods. The rainbow rods grew high into the sky, and then water started falling from the top of the cliff, and bubbles began to float out. The BubbleBud Rainbow was back. The BubbleBud Waterfall was back. Bubbleland was back. Bubbly and Bubble-La were laughing and giggling and playing on their rainbow. Speck and Mama and Papa Cloud were watching bubbles come up to the sky. And Dewey stayed in Brightside, popping the waterfall's bubbles to get tickled. Hearing the BubbleBuds giggle made the clouds smile. So the next time you see a puffy white cloud in the sky, give a giggle into the breeze and let the clouds know it's from you and your friends, Bubbly and Bubble-La, the BubbleBuds. The end.